Hi, everyone. Good morning. Thought for today. Ephesians 5:11 says, "Have no fellowship with the unfruitful works of darkness, but rather reprove them." In another version, we see expose them. This expose is becoming a problem. It's where we forget that context matters. So when we look at a verse like this, and it's telling us about exposing cannot neglect the law of love. What does that mean? It means that as believers, we're called to love our neighbors as ourselves. And a part of that love is not so much with affectionate love or fleshly love, but more so a love of the Father, the agape love. And this is saying that whenever we see our neighbor, our brother, another person walking in darkness, we should expose the darkness. We should tell them the truth. We should make them aware by the word what is good and perfect for them. When we talk about exposing the works, we're not exposing the person to cause humiliation. We're exposing the thing that can put distance between him and God. What does that mean? If I see a person in a fault, I should try to restore them. I should try to reason with them. I should not argue, reason with them. Show them in scripture. Show them the context. Show them why it is wrong. And therefore, help them. By exposing the works of darkness, because it is called the works of darkness, what is happening is that darkness is causing your brother, your neighbor, your friend, your family not to see things from the right perspective. And so therefore, this scripture, Ephesians 5:11, is really a stance that we should have with any person, guided by wisdom, of course, because not everyone will be ready to hear, but it does not mean they did not hear what you said or heard your correction. Sometimes we're not ready in the time to hear a thing, but it does not mean that our initial resistance is a flat out disdain for the content, if you understand what I'm saying. When we take a look at Leviticus 19, verse 17, it's driving further this point home where it says, "Do not hate your brother in your heart, but rebuke your neighbor frankly, so that you won't carry sin because of him." Do you see that? So that you won't carry sin because of him. When we choose to remain silent, we become complicit in that sin. It's you giving license by being silent because you know the truth. Now, giving the license, it's from a place of being illuminated, knowing that something is wrong. Your Father is watching to see if you will truly be salt and light in the earth. And so we're seeing that you have to do something because there's a responsibility placed on you as a child of light. You can't just sip your tea and mind your business. There is a way in which you can shed light on situations where persons may not know or may just be struggling with foundations that were not laid properly. When we look on the first part of the verse in Leviticus 19:17, we're seeing where it says, "Rebuke your neighbor frankly." Frankly is the operative word here because a lot of times we don't do things frankly. A lot of times we try to speak in terms that escape people. And a part of communication is being able to see if the person has truly grasped what you're trying to communicate. And if not, reframe it to match the level of understanding or the thought process of the person as far as the words they use and the terms they use. You can't simply say that you have communicated because the words left your lips. You have to communicate on the level that the recipient is able to receive it. So frankly, sometimes we try to use analogies and different type of examples that the person really is not aligned with or not able to grasp fully. And then it's for us now to refine our statement and our position and drive it home for that person. Of course, you will have some that are resistant, but we're not going to hang out and focus on that group. We're focusing on being effective in your communication. Your aim is to be effective in your communication. So be frank with your neighbor. Do not hate your brother, is what the scripture says, because if you see someone in a fault and you fail to address it, you fail to shed light on it, you fail to help them in that regard, you truly hate them, because that is not the love of God. Now, where does this leave us? It's simply telling us that it does not take a sermon. It does not take a condescending statement to correct someone. It's out of love and relationship that we're able to reach another person. So then it means whenever you see someone who is doing something according to what they know, do not become offended yourself so that you will lash out and be unable to reach the person, because you will be offended and in that offend the next person. But it's more to understand that everyone has a road that they've traveled. And now you being aware or being illuminated, you can then bring across that message or shine that light in love. It's really about reaching a soul. It's really about bringing that person into relationship. It's about being stewards of each other. And if we do that through humility, we will always make the mark, because the scripture says that we should consider each other better than ourselves. So it's not that I am now on a higher level and bringing in that spiritual pride because I am not caught in that particular sin. It is where I am aware enough of my own state where I can now put myself aside and reach out to you just because I can identify with where you are. There was a point in my life where I may have not done that particular thing, but I have done some things. And it's from this place that we're able to reach each other. So let's not expose person's dirty laundry. Let's not say that we're protecting the flock by shaming another person. Let's not say that it is our responsibility to do a particular thing in a way that degrades another. There are ways to be used to shed light that does not have to crush another person. Remember, guys, the law is love, agape love. I hope that this has blessed you in some way. Share, like, and subscribe if you know someone who this can impact. And I will see you on the next video. Make your comments. I'd love to hear your comments.